Next in our analysis, we turn to spreading non-GAAP adjustments. Now, there's not going to be an incredible amount for Reebok, but nonetheless, there's a few I want to dig through and just show you guys. So let's start off in the 10K here. So follow along with me. I'm in the 2004 10K, and we're going to turn to page 77 of this. Now, they give some detail around these reclassifications, ... Basically, they detail some special charges, and there's some notes on page 50 as well of this PDF around it, but these are special charges related to employee severance and other, as well as marketing contracts. So severance and other, these are clearly things that would be a one-time type expense to include. So let's see. So I'm looking at 2004, and we can see I have 2389 plus the 1600. The total is 3989. So let's put that here. That would be 2004. So we'll just say 2.389 plus 1.6. And that would be PDF page 77 of 2004 10K. And then so that detailed the activity in 2004. Now we can see in 2003, we have 210 and 1600 on severance and marketing contracts, respectively. So let's throw that in. So 0.21 plus 1.6, and we get about 2 million. So let's take this comment box, copy it over. So there we have it. Now, one other thing I want to get to is let's go to management. And I'm going back to, remember we discussed this, it was in other expenses, there was some like debt write-off or debt extinguishment. And I sort of called out, this is something that's probably going to be an item we have to adjust for down the road. Well, it certainly is. So let's go to financial statement and supplementary data. That's around page 58. Let's go to 58 of the actual document. So one thing I'm curious to see is, first off, does this show up? And indeed it does. It does show up on the cash flow statement. So this is just a nice check to, when I was seeing it in the income statement, it's like I've got a hunch that this should be adjusted out. Cash flow statement, this is sort of the nail in the coffin, that this is definitely an item that we want to be adjusting for. So this 10.228 of debt extinguishment, let's put that here, 10.228. We'll note PDF page 69 of 2004 10K. So there we have it. And actually, one other thing I'm going to do is while we're in the 10K, because I remember we recorded this for the year-to-date figures, so this should also apply here. Let me just double-check. Loss and early extinguishment. Okay, here we go. So this confirms it also applies. This could have been on the back half of the year. This could have been in the second half of 2004, in which case it wouldn't apply to this year-to-date period. But we can see since they also included it in the 10Q, we should include that here. So let's dump that in. And let's now make a note, PDF page 4 of 2Q05 10Q. So there we have that. Now, similar to the restructuring charges that we had here, I want to see if any of these fell into the year-to-date period. So let me just search special charges in this 10Q and see what we can dig up here. So, okay, so these would be here. So what I can see here, we have 1264 plus 800. This would be for the year-to-date period in 2005. So 1.264 plus 0.8. So we got that. And then I actually have to go to let's go to the 04 comparable one. We're not going to have it in this filing. I want to find if there was what it was for 04. So hang tight. So here we are now. I've pulled up the 2004 Q2 10Q for Reebok, and let's look up special charges here. So let's dig that up, and we can see, here we go, 0.429 plus 0.8 is what we'll enter in. So equals 0.429 plus 0.8, so about 1 million. So that was PDF page 8 of Q204 10Q. And let's go back to the here. So this will be PDF page 6 of second quarter 05 10Q as well. So there we have that. Now the final thing that we want to do is, if you guys recall, for the calculation of fully diluted shares outstanding, the company detailed the effect of interest from these convertible debentures. And so the idea was that if you assume conversion, you get a fully diluted shares outstanding, but then you'd also have to net out the interest on that debt. So you'd actually have to increase net income slightly to balance out the numerator from the denominator. And so what they call out here is the interest on these notes. And we can see in 2004, the amount would have been 2.805 plus 0.496. And in 2003, it was 7.353. And so these were from PDF page 94 of 2004 10K. So let's copy those in. And then we just have to do the same thing. And actually, you know what? Let me just try to pull this so it'll make it easier to dig this up in our 10Q filing. So here we have it. So for the 6 months ended June 30th of each year, this year-to-date period. So in 2005, the amount would have only been 0.37. And in 2004, the amount would have been equals 2.805 plus 0.124. And we can make a note here. This was from PDF page 7 of Q0510Q. All right, so there we have it. We have all of our non-GAAP adjustments in place. We can now turn to spreading our projected financials.